Hey everybody, thanks again for joining us on another edition of the Complete Sports Media Podcast. I'm your host, Darren Campbell. Thanks for taking the time today. We're going to do a preview show on the Rocket Mortgage Classic from Detroit, Michigan. It's the second annual there. It had been in Washington, D.C. for about 12 years. It was originally scheduled for Memorial Day in the U.S. and had to be shifted because of the pandemic, and now it's coming up this weekend, first weekend in July. Obviously, Independence Day is going to be on this weekend, so there'll be lots of celebrations around, and it should be a really fun tournament. Not as star-studded of a field as the last few weeks, only 3 of the top 10, but it is. It has the return of Webb Simpson, and Bryson Dechambeau is teeing it up. Got some really good golfers. Ricky Fowler's there, Jason Day's there, Bubba Watson, and many others. It's going to be a really fun tournament. It's going to feature some of the guys that were doing really well last week. And the last few weeks have been really amazing golf. And I think this week will be fantastic as well. The defending champion is Nate Lashley. He shot 25 under last year. And I think the tournament organizers weren't happy with that score. So they've decided to make it a little tougher. So I would expect the score to be a little bit lower than that, possibly close to 20 under like it has been in the last couple weekends, but 25 under I think made them a little bit upset, making people think it was too easy. So today I'm going to be joined by Casey O'Donnell as usual, and it's going to be fun doing a preview today. He's going to bring us some betting lines and some best bets, value bets. I've got some DraftKings to talk to you about, and we're going to have a really good show. So I think Casey's joining us right now. I'm going to be able to patch him in anytime. Let's see. Hey, Casey.
Darren, what's going on, buddy?
How are you? There you are.
Not too shabby. What's going on with you?
Happy Wednesday. Happy Canada Day.
Yeah. Excellent.
This is going to be great. We finally get a chance to do one of these previews and look ahead to this tournament. I'm excited. There's a lot of things I've been looking at the last couple of days and getting excited for this tournament. Not as star-studded of a field as some of the ones before, but still got some great golfers that probably will be near the top on Sunday. So, tell me what you've got for tidbits of information for us to start with.
Yeah, well, the Rocket Mortgage Classic is going to be at the Detroit Golf Club again this year. It's the second time they've had it. Golf took a big break from Detroit, and it's nice to see it back there. It's a Donald Ross design course with Poana greens, so similar to last week. They're going to be probably rolling firm, fast, and fairly true, I would imagine. So you could see some people lighting it up from everywhere. It could be some real low scores out there. Lots of birdies anyways. It's gonna be nice. The rough should be fairly thick too, so you can be penalized. And the weather's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice, hot and humid. 30, 35 degrees every day. They're calling for light winds, so that ball should just be sailing.
Nice.
Bryson will be crushing it out there, 380 probably.
Everybody's really enjoying Bryson's newfound length with his workout regime during the pandemic. Everywhere from 15 to 40 pounds he supposedly put on, so I'm not sure where that number lies, but it led to a very, very increased amount of distance off his drives. And you and I both, I know, would like to see him live very soon, so we can judge it for ourselves and hear that ball blasting off the driver.
Yeah, absolutely. He just like that. Oh, he just goes at it so viciously and like so controlled. It's just it's really amazing to see. Like you said, I can't wait to see him live.
Yeah. The defending champion, I mentioned just in the intro, but I'll mention it again. The defending champion is Nate Lashley. Shot 25 under, led from opening round the whole way through. Had 63 on Thursday, another 63 on Saturday, and cruised to a 6-shot win. So, he's in the field. Obviously loves the course. He hasn't been playing phenomenal lately, but when you dominate a course that well only 1 year ago, I think, you got to count him in as one of the contenders coming into this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you have good memories of a course and golf's funny like that. You could play very poorly for a very long time, and then all of a sudden everything comes together and just shoot lights out. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see him come back as the defending champion this year.
Yeah. I watched some of the charity tournament they had today. 4 guys teed it up today for charity, and they raised about $1 million. It was for the inner city of Detroit, and they were really great. It was Bubba Watson, Jason Day, Harold Varner, and Wesley Bryan, and they had a really spirited affair. It was really fun, lots of joking around, lots of really great golf, and they all 4 got a really good chance to see that first 9 and get an opportunity maybe to have advantage over the field. Some guys aren't going to be showing up till the next couple of days, and so it was good. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. I think you saw just a little bit of it, didn't you?
Yeah, I just saw that one little highlight there of Varner making a nice putt on the 9th hole there to seal the deal just off the green. Nice little breaker. So yeah, he's rolling the ball nicely from what I saw, and he looks super relaxed. So that's always good going into a tournament, just to be able to be in the right peace of mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Harold Varner has been buoyed by the Black Lives Matter movement. A lot of interviews have been focusing in on him being one of the lone Black players on the PGA Tour these days, and giving him opportunity to have a platform and talk about what it means to him and what it means to the people that he has in his life. And he's been playing some really great golf. I'm really impressed with how he's been, and he sure looked relaxed today. I hope he can play as relaxed as he gets into the tournament. And him and Bubba won by 3 shots today. They played really fantastic golf. I got to see bits and pieces of it, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Varner, he's played well for a very long time. Like when he played last year in that final group at the U.S. Open there with Kepka, it was good to see. Unfortunately, he didn't play so well in that final round, but he was right there. So he's got a good future for sure. He's played some really solid golf.
Yeah.
And he's coming in for I put a bet on him for the first round leader just after seeing that little bit, and he's at 66-1 for the first round leader. Now you can bet that each way, which means you bet first through 5th place. So he has to finish in the top 5 to get paid at a quarter of those odds. So it's what is it? $20 pays almost $850.
Wow.
If he leads it, but there's some interesting bets out there. It's hard to say. It's a long horse race with golf. So it's 4 rounds, 72 holes, and geez, just about anything can happen in between.
Do you have any dark horses that you think people aren't looking at as somebody that you think might be good to put some money on, or just at least put some cheering behind?
Yeah, I got a couple. I like Bubba Watson for sure. He's always played good on those kind of greens, and it's a course we have to work that ball both ways. So obviously, in the past, you've seen how he can manipulate that ball both left and right. Is spectacular, and the vision he has. So that could be something that could be really key around this course. But he comes in at 50-1 right now for tomorrow's leader or for outright leader. So they're both the same. I put some money on him, and I also like the Canadian Hadwin. He's playing this one. He's 66-1. He's obviously had a great career. Got to always plug the Canadians for sure. Like Corey Connors isn't playing this week, unfortunately, but yeah, I like Hadwin. Hadwin's played some solid golf, and maybe just needs you never know, one good tournament just turn things around again. Not that it's that bad, but
yeah, that's right. Yeah, good. Well, I did some DraftKings myself. I'm going to get into that in a few minutes, but I just want to focus on a few of the threesomes that are going out that are some featured groups. Thought I would start with one of the earliest threesomes that are starting off in the morning. Ricky Fowler, Webb Simpson, and Nate Lashley, the defending champ, like I mentioned. Fowler hasn't been playing fantastic lately, but Rocket Mortgage is one of his main sponsors. I think he really wants to play really well for them. He's one of the featured guys. Webb Simpson coming off 1 week delay, 1 week hiatus because there was some COVID in his family, I heard, and he decided to take a break, but he's back on tour. Webb was playing fantastic, and I think him and Bryson, will be at the top after Sunday. It'll be a really fun threesome to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that'll be a good one. There'll be a lot of competition between the three of them. Should be exciting.
Yeah, and then the other threesome that I saw that looked really great was Terrell Hatton, Sanjay Im, and Brent Snedeker. Both Hatton and Im had victories earlier in the season before the break. Hatton had won at Bay Hill, and Sanjay Im had won the Honda Classic, and they were playing some really good golf. Terrell Hatton is just he's one of the top golfers in the world now. It's going to be really fun to watch him. Brent Snedeker was T5 last year on this course, so that's another threesome that will be really fun.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it will be. Hatton's just played very, very solid golf. He's won 2 of his last 6 starts internationally, so he was second at the Travelers, and yeah, he looks really, really good.
The next threesome I'd like to talk about is Bubba Watson, who we've mentioned a few times, Jason Day, who also played in that charity tournament today, and then Brendan Todd, who was leading after Saturday with a 61. He was 2-stroke lead on Dustin Johnson heading into Sunday in last weekend's Travelers, and then he had 11 pars in a row, and then he hit, I guess, the 12th hole, and he ended up getting a triple bogey, ended up shooting a 75 and falling out of it, tied for 11th in the end, but he hadn't got a bogey all the way from the beginning until that point, so he was playing some fantastic golf. Only a couple holes derailed him, but I think he'll be able to put it together and be right up there against this Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he does look really good. Just a little bit of waiver there on the back 9 of the last day, but yeah, he played really solid. Even coming back after that triple, played good golf coming down the stretch.
Yeah. And then the final threesome I wanted to talk about was Hideki Matsuyama, Patrick Reed, and Bryson DeChambeau. We were talking about Bryson earlier. He is the betting favorite this week. He's had a streak of 6 top 10 finishes in his last 6 tournaments. Just, looking so solid, looking, like this is his tournament to lose, in my opinion. His length, there's not a lot of penalty if you hit it wayward. So I think he's just going to rip it as far as he can possibly hit it. And it's going to be really fun. I don't think I want to miss any of his holes. I'm going to watch everything that he does. Oh,
absolutely. He's so exciting. Like last week hitting that one with the cart path 8 of 428, but not, he can hit it. And if the conditions are going to be good, he's going to be just sailing that ball so far. He comes in at 6-1 to win it right now, but the good get on that would be he's got 16-1 for the first round leader, and that's, you can bet that each way as well, 1 through 5th place at a quarter of those odds. So I think that's a pretty good bet there. I put some money on that.
Well, good for you. Yeah, that's very smart. Yeah, 16-1 to be the first round leader. I think that's really solid money. Why not? I want to get into my DraftKings picks. Anybody that does DraftKings, you'll be familiar with how this works. I'm going to probably have to break it down for Casey as we do this week after week. But DraftKings, you get a salary structure for every golfer, and you have to pick 6 guys that'll fit into a $50,000 salary structure. So obviously Bryson DeChambeau coming into this weekend was the favorite, so he's the highest amount of money. And then Webb Simpson and down from there. So I'm able to do 3 different ways. I'm able to do the first round only. I'm able to do the 4 rounds altogether, and then tiers. And they give you 4 golfers in each tier, and you have to pick the golfers out of the tiers. So I'm going to start with my tiers, and I really recommend this because I really think this is going to win some money. My first tier, I've got Bryson DeChambeau looking fantastic. He as we were, said, he's definitely the favorite. So I got him in there. I got Bubba Watson, Sanjay Im, Kevin Na, Alex Noren, and Brendan Todd. So, the only one that I'm a little bit iffy with is Alex Noren. I'm not sure what I'm going to get from him, but he's a fantastic international player. And out of that group that he was in, I think he's the strongest golfer. So I'll get into my first round. You can do second round, third round, fourth round after those days, but I've got a 1-round thing, and I was able to get Bryson DeChambeau and Webb Simpson into this first group. So that was really shocking to me. Those are the top 2 names in the tournament and the top 2 money it costs you the most money to get into the tier. But I've got Simpson, Dechambeau, Adam Hadwin that Casey mentioned. I got Will Gordon, who looked fantastic last week and finished tied for third. Wesley Bryan, who played the tournament today with the guys, and Sean Stefani. So I don't know. I think that's looking pretty good for my first round. And then my 4 rounds, I've got Dechambeau, Watson, Todd, Gordon, Patton Kazire, and Ryan Armour. Kazire and Armour were in the top 10 last week and looked really great as well. So, yeah, so those are my DraftKings. Please go to DraftKings. It's a really phenomenal way to be involved. You can go for free. You can do as low as 10 cents, 25 cents, or thousands of dollars, whatever you feel like putting in. There's so many different ways of playing. It's really, really fun. It adds so much excitement to your game and to the weekend. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. Check it out, DraftKings.com. It's really fun. Casey, tell me a little bit more. We were talking a little bit earlier about some parlays before we came on the air. Do you have anything that you would like to highlight as a bit of a parlay, or is it going to be too tough this week to make a prediction on that?
I got a couple little parlays. I can mention a few of them. You're right, though. It does add a little excitement when you have a bit of money on it, even if it's just a couple dollars. The parlays are tricky, as you know. The more you bet, the less chance you have of winning. But I'm looking at the first round 18-hole matchups. So that's just 2 players. So it's just there's no tie, there's no nothing. There can be a push, obviously, if they tie, but then that's just wiped off the ticket. But Varner over Norton in the first round. That was one I thought for sure he'll play a little bit better. And Day over Poston, JT Poston. I think those are two solid ones to start a ticket for sure. Like a five game parlay is roughly 30 to 1. And then if you ramp that up to an 8 game parlay, it's a roughly 200 to 1, depending on who you're picking. So obviously the more you add, the crazier it can get, but that's just part of the excitement.
And you've been able to, I think you hit one parlay a couple weeks ago, and you've been really close on a few others. You were actually able to hit one of them maybe 2 weeks ago, was it?
Yeah, it was. I hit this 8 of 8 parlay, which was a nice one. And then it was 5 of 6 last week, and I had another 6 of 8 as well last week. So I'll try it again all around it. So yeah, I hit one already. So it definitely helps the cause for sure.
Okay, good luck. I hope you're able to do it again this week.
Yeah.
It's always fun to bring in some extra money and just cheer on you guys. Makes it pretty exciting down the stretch too, when you can see that you have a possibility of winning on the ticket.
Absolutely, yeah. It's such a funny game. Like, players can just make the cut and then have an unreal weekend and come out of essentially nowhere to win the tournament. So that's what makes it so exciting. That come Saturday when that moving day is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Unfortunately, the U.S. has been hammered with the COVID-19, and obviously it's changed the sporting landscape and it's changed the world. Michigan has been hit especially hard pretty recently, and Detroit, as a city, has really fallen on a lot of financial hard times. This Rocket Mortgage contributed $1 million last year to the charities around this inner city of Detroit. The guys today raised another $1 million. There's going to be probably another $1 million raised through the 4 days on the weekend. Really, really proud of all the things that they do and the way they contribute. Unfortunately, another golfer has tested positive for COVID. Chad Campbell had to withdraw, so he's the 6th player to test positive in the past 3-4 weeks. And I hope they're able to get into that Detroit Golf Club, kind of get into a bubble, and hopefully there won't be any more cases of COVID. I'm kind of worried about the Michigan. It has been hammered pretty hard, like a lot of the states. Let's hope a lot of these guys can stay safe and no more positive tests over this weekend.
Yeah, Detroit unfortunately has had some tough times over the years prior to COVID for sure. But yeah, nice to see that the charities are getting in there and raising a bunch of money, and yeah, they can hopefully, like you said, get into that bubble and just limit the exposure.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited for it. Golf's been just fantastic the last I think it's 3-4 weeks they've been back now, and yeah, it just adds so much excitement to my weekend. I love that golf is 4 days. It changes so much complexions from Thursday through Sunday. It's has Independence Day linked into this weekend, so there'll be a lot of talk about the U.S. and all the things that are happening there. It's going to be a really fun tournament. Only 3 of the top 10, like I mentioned earlier, but it gives a lot of opportunity for a lot of the younger golfers, a lot of the not so experienced guys, opportunities to be able to rise up and make some money and do really well, get some confidence. Yeah, Adam Hadwin, let's cheer him on. Let's see a Canadian up there again. Hughes last weekend really made exciting for a lot of Canadians here. I sure cheered him on, and it was nice to see. And Hadwin's, somebody that I've put into one of my tickets, and I think he's going to do well, like you said, Casey. Yeah, anything further that you want to mention about this weekend's tournament? Were there any more tidbits that you had written down?
I just think that, well, the course is going to be set up just great. The firm, fast greens are going to be rolling true. You're going to see a lot of birdies pour in, and it's going to be exciting. You're going to see probably someone we haven't mentioned or is even on the radar come up, and you'll see them on the leaderboard for sure. It's kind of the beauty of a tournament maybe where there's not so many big names as well. You can see someone come out from the pack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, it starts tomorrow early. Unfortunately, here on the West Coast where we are, the first tee-off times are at 3:45 in the morning. So definitely get your PVRs set up and record it so you can wake up at a regular time and start watching the tournament. It always is nice to see how it takes shape in the early rounds. Like I said, Nate Lashley last year, got the lead after the first round, never relinquished it, and was able to, shoot a 25 under. I don't see that as a winning score this week. I think, it's going to be around 20 under like it has been the last few weeks. So, make sure you watch. I think it's going to be really, really fun. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be glued to your TV through the weekend, Casey.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch. It's, it's always good.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming in on Canada Day. I know it's usually a family day and all that, so thank your family for giving you some free time to come and do a preview. And it's fun as always. Great to talk to you. I guess next time we'll see you online here. We'll be on Monday breaking it down. I'm sure we'll do a little bit of texting and talking over the weekend, you and I. But the viewers will see you on Monday. Thanks, Casey.
Awesome, Darren. Yeah, thanks for the call.
Cheers. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it was nice to be able to preview it. We've been trying to do that the last few weeks, and it was just we were incapable of finding a schedule that would mesh. And yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Casey was able to talk about some great bets that you can do, some of the value picks, and some of the front runners that he sees. Break down the course. Yeah, he's right. I think it's going to be a really, really fast course. Amazing weather there, and yeah, it should lend to some really good scores. So enjoy. Good luck if you play some DraftKings or you find your local place where you like to play some bets online. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your time. I know it's a bit short today, so enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Canada Day to all you Canadians out there, and take care. We'll see you soon. Bye for now. Love ya.